Welcome to the Awesome Pod Mix Romantic Dive. You're listening to Abby. Today I have someone with me who loves this film and we'll be taking a romantic dive into this film. It's Love Aajkal from 2009. The film is written and directed by Imtiaz Ali. Welcome Malvika. So post-interval, Meera is busy with the fresco and all. Harleen is traveling in the hand-pulled rickshaw. Everything is cut in a way where it feels like, they are around only, but they're not around each other, which I said before, I think that's a brilliant edit choice by Aarti Bajaj. I really love it. I'm like, yes, I love it when people do these creative things. So Abhi, the film begins again in a way because again we see that he's in the same mall. He goes and Joe comes and he tries to do the poke thing, and of course she doesn't get it. She's like, why you touch here, like why? He's like, it's a tradition, it's a custom. Om Shanti Om. And I'm like, Om Shanti Om mein there was Deepika also. Like, it's so weird not to mention the name of a film and then the actor of that same film is in your film playing the main lead.
I think it's just, a Saif's way of brushing things off. Oh, nothing. It's Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Big fan.
I love Om Shanti Om so much that I feel that it's my life story of the first half because I don't believe in reincarnation. So I feel the second half is never gonna happen because he says it's an Indian thing. So Joe says that, I want to travel to India. I want to go to temples. I want to go to Taj Mahal. And she's like, I want you to come with me. So he agrees, kind of. Like, they don't show him agreeing, but it's understood that he agrees. And then later he goes to Paji and he's like, क्या लाऊं आपके लिए दिल्ली से? Baggage allowance में नहीं आएगा. He's like, मैं तो hand luggage में लाने वाला था, नत्थु मिठाई वाले से.
Jay's reason of saying yes to this trip was somewhere that Meera is in India. Because when Paji says उसको बता दिया, he was always planning to tell her and plan to meet her. I think the only twist to this was Veer Singh saying कि मत बता. Paji, I to have moved on. I'm to chilling only. I'm to treating it as a friendship. But Veer Singh making him realize कि no.
Veer Paji is narrating the story that what if all of a sudden you see that she's there. He describes कि कैसे गुरुद्वारे में दिख गई मुझे. So he's like, heart attack नहीं आ गया आपको? आपके जैसा feeling वाला आदमी. He's like, नहीं, ऊपर वाले की मेड थी राज्य. I love it when he says these small little things like सच्चे बादशाह and ऊपर वाले की मेड थी, रब राका. I just feel so connected and grounded with Veer's character. Oh my God, he's such a nice soul, such a nice human being.
See, which is why when Veer Singh becomes the anchor of this love story, you yourself are rooting for these two problematic people.
Yeah.
Let's face it, these are problematic people.
Correct,
okay.
absolutely.
But when a person like Veer Singh who has seen the world, who has had a story of his own, who has lived through these years, when he comes out and he's pushing it all to have these two people come together, is when even you as an audience start to do that. No, you do not put your girlfriend on a Dilli Darshan ki bus.
That is so dumb. I wanted to hate him. I'm like, ये मान कैसे गई? Like, क्या झूठ बोला तूने इसको कि ये मान गई ये सब करने के लिए? I was like, this is ridiculous to another level.
Precisely, उसको दिल्ली आना था दिल्ली देखने के लिए,
But उसको तेरे साथ देखना था.
Exactly. But see, while you're watching the film, none of these thoughts cross your mind. Your thoughts are with Veer Singh. Please go have fun in the metro together.
And even when he's describing ना कि मैं बच गया and this happened, and then he asks, और फिर, and then it cuts to la 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 हो गई है. I am like, my God, this is such a brilliant cut. Question पूछा है, answer गाने में है. The beautiful storytelling. Again, I was like, it's the editor. In the moment, happy accident. I love when it just comes together so beautifully when you did not expect कि कैसा होगा. It just puts a smile on my face. अरे वाह, so cute this is.
I feel like Harleen's character is so layered. Somehow it does not come through. It's only when she's with Saif is when we see her actions. We do not see the expressions on her face standalone how we do in Meera.
Maybe that's why they wanted to dub her lines. And Mona Shetty is such a queen of dubbing that she dubbed for most of the actresses back in the day also and even today. She dubbed Rani's voice in Gulam. She dubbed Amisha Patel's voice in Kaho Na Pyar Hai. Deepika Padukone in Om Shanti Om.
I did not know that.
She dubbed Harleen's voice in Love Aajkal. When I hear it, I'm like, हाँ ये उसकी आवाज है. मुझे पता चल जाता है.
Interesting.
Did you know that Vamika Gabbi has played a character in this film?
No, I didn't.
I think she plays one of the sisters or the cousin of Harleen, because in this song, Thoda Thoda Pyar, she is playing this guy who's wearing this safa and a mustache and a mole. Yeah. Bhari hai saman lenge bech ke makan. Vamika Gabbi is on the left. She was also in Jab We Met. She was the one who was teasing
Jiju.
and she had those braces.
Yeah.
Here she is also one of the cousins.
She's an Imtiaz veteran.
I didn't spot her here, but I spotted her later at train station scene because she's standing there. So I'm like, acha, haan, ye to Vamika hi hai. So then later when she mentioned in an interview that, oh no, I'm the one who's dancing, then I'm like, acha, haan, yahan pe bhi hai. So I knew that she was in the film, but
Like we're all.
so when she's in disguise with the mustache and the mole,
She was a bit unrecognizable.
मैंने इतने ध्यान से देखा नहीं था पहले, तो अभी मुझे पता है कि अच्छा हाँ वहाँ पे भी है, और मैंने आगे तो देखा ही है उसको. Obviously it's her only. I'll put up a post about Vamika's presence in the scenes that she's been in Love Aajkal on Awesome Pod Mix Insta handle, and everybody needs to follow us, please, and thank you.
Yes, everybody please follow Awesome Podmix, and I'm sure you'll have information that you've never would have thought of you would get out of films by this crazy woman who loves to read between the lines and credits and whatnot.
I don't know how to take a compliment, but I want to take it.
I think the best way to compliment her would be following her on Instagram, so please do that.
Yeah, and like posts, and see, we have so much content out there.
It's just so amazing and shocking to me how this woman knows the name of Veer Singh's cafe. Mentally, I'm just stuck there.
I'll put up a post about that also. Back at Veer Singh's cafe, like you mentioned. Colleen mentions Meera, so Joe overhears and she's like, Meera, Jay's ex, where is she? And he doesn't want to say that she's in Delhi because that's where they're going. So he just deflects, just get ready, we'll get late. And then he's asking Paji, Are you continue your story? I'm like, really? You just don't want her to know because you have other plans in your head.
I always keep coming back to this thought that Jay is not clever enough to understand that he's been deflecting or he's been hiding or he's been gaslighting his girlfriend.
But to Veer ji also he's saying कि पाजी आपने मुझे सिर्फ मीरा के साथ देखा है इसलिए आप ऐसा कह रहे हो. मेरी पहले भी गर्लफ्रेंड्स थी, आगे भी होंगी. So he's like प्यार एक बार ही होता है राजे. He's like मुझे 15 बार हुआ है पाजी.
I think Jay के लिए it's not big of a deal.
आपको क्या लगता है कि प्यार एक बार ही होता है या जितनी बार आप चाहो उतनी बार हो सकता है?
I am a very strong believer of falling in and out of love. Even the same person maybe turns in a manner that you do not recognize them anymore. Or maybe you have become a person who does not recognize with yourself of that point in time.
People evolve for the better.
Precisely, and that can happen both sides. Either you can grow out of love because when you fall in love, that version of you is falling in love. So maybe you grow out of that version and you might not just recognize your own choices. Similarly, if the person that you've fallen in love with, they grow out of who they are, you do not recognize the person or the feelings that you fell for. And if you can then fall out of love, then it's very much possible that you can fall in love with somebody else and a different version of you will fall in love. However, I do have one theory. I very strongly believe that all of the people that you have ever fallen in love with through your life, they might just have fizzled out. You might have fallen out of love with them. I feel you carry a part of them in you. You cannot love them, but you will always have vestiges of that love and they will show up. They will be on the surface. They will just stop being problematic. They will not be toxic. They will not hamper your current surrounding, but you will carry them.
And also, it's like grief. It doesn't go away. It stays with you in some way, shape or form.
Yes, even long after you have fallen out of love with a person, you do not even feel sad about it anymore. A very small example of this would be, and why I tell you I relate to Meera so much, is because I have always been a person who likes iced tea, who has liked cold coffee. But when I was dating somebody, he used to always have fresh lime soda mix. Okay, not salty, not sweet.
Like not committing to one.
Exactly. Always mix. When initially we would go out, I would always have salty. I'm not a sweet tooth.
I'm very salty in general.
That's questionable. Not been salty to me. I think मैं ज़्यादा ही special हूँ.
You are special, no doubt.
Now, I'm not with the person. I don't even like the person anymore. Let alone wanting the love back or reminiscing. Nothing of that sort. I would not even want to be friends with them. But still, every time I step out and I have something that requires a soda by the side, it's always a fresh lime soda mix and not an iced tea. And I will order it on my next dates also. And I will not remember this person consciously.
But it's just become a part of you.
Part of my personality now. So for example, if I'm meeting you today and if I'm having a fresh lime soda mix, you would feel like, okay, Malvika likes fresh lime soda. But you would not recognize it's not something that came with me. It's something that I've acquired from the people that I have loved. And I think that is something that you will carry throughout the life. Maybe the other person knows, maybe they don't. Maybe you know or you do not know.
I know, but I have not told people a lot of things that I've just picked up from people that I've generally liked, loved.
They're very on the surface, but come to think of it, they were never yours to begin with, but they are yours only because the love was yours at some point in time. I have a very strong belief in the part that you are a product of who all you have loved. And hence, you carry that in your next relationships, be it the good parts, the bad parts, or just the monotonous parts of your food habits, of your taste, of your dressing sense. So the love has disappeared, the person has disappeared, but the vestiges remain. In this conversation, I am on a very grey side between both Veer Singh and Jay. 15 बार प्यार हो सकता है, but होगा नहीं because you're always carrying something of the other person that it will always find a top line to it. Similarly, I do not believe in Veer Singh either because when you grow out of people, it's very much possible to fall out of love and not want to fix things if they do not align. Which is why, I relate so much with the आज part of it is because क्यों मैं एक ऐसी चीज के साथ रहूं when I have a better option? Why do I settle for less? I don't know if our minds have automatically tuned to be so practical in nature that they are today, but the immediate thought is that why settle for less when I can have more? And love is maybe not enough as it used to be 50 years back. No, I'm not a believer of love is enough. Love is everything.
No, not at all. Respect is the utmost important thing.
And all the practical parts of it, like distance. How Veer Singh had utmost faith that Harleen is going to be his no matter where she lives. I'll go travel. Harleen is still going to come and give me a cup of black tea. Jay knows that if Meera goes away, she is going to find somebody else. She's not going to wait for me. And I also need to then find somebody because why should I wait for her?
Even if she's going away, he's not making that effort to stop her. Because Veerji also says कि उसे जाने कैसे दिया?
What do you think? Does love happen once?
So I do feel that true love happens only once. I'm very Veer Pratap Singh school of love.
And what if that fails? What then?
सच्ची मोहब्बत एक ही बार होती है और कोई खुदा उसे नाकामयाब नहीं होने देता. Is very my Yash Chopra, Aditya Chopra school of writing and their cinema. It's ingrained in me. I am very much that kind of a person. I can love from afar if I don't think our lives align or our thoughts align on a basic level. I may love that person for as long as I live. I may love from afar and not be in their lives.
Okay, but would you be okay then if somebody else comes and tries to take that place in your life? Would you allow that person?
I am not sure if I'll allow that. I would not be open because my idea is so old school, so Shah Rukh, so Yash Ji.
Yeah, because I feel like if you come with that ideology, allowing another person would just be making them a placeholder.
Yeah, and cheating also for me. पता नहीं क्यों मेरे दिमाग में ऐसा आ जाता है कि I'm not doing right by this person, maybe.
But again, don't you think that would always put you in a position where you do not have anybody?
That's okay. I'm okay with myself. That's why for me to share anything with anybody is such a big deal कि मैं कैसे कर लूं. I've accepted the fact that I am enough for myself. That I know. I needed to give all of that love to me for me to heal from the traumas of my life, my childhood, everything. So for me, it's like I cannot give that love to somebody, but I need to redirect that love toward me. So at least I am a whole person in myself. I can be sufficient for myself. I don't need anybody else to be happy
or make me complete.
Like I am complete in myself.
Okay, so as a cinephile and as a crazy film person who's madly chugging all the Shah Rukh Khan movies, doesn't that go against what we are used to in general seeing on screen? There is always a heroine who's yearning for a hero, or there is always a Veer Singh chasing Harleen. Doesn't that go very starkly opposite to who you are in your personal life? How do you carry a balance of that?
After a point in time, I started applying my brain. Because everybody is like कि हमारा standard high कर दिया शाहरुख ने. I'm like, you should say thank you. Shahrukh has raised your standards of love. Why are you complaining कि ऐसा क्यों हमें नहीं मिलता? हाँ, क्योंकि वो एक पिक्चर है. Obviously एक पिक्चर में वो आपको happy ending ही दिखाएंगे unless it's a tragic love story. They want to give you hope. They want to give you happiness. They don't want to be like your life is going to be miserable. They want to leave you with a sense कि things could be better. That's why पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. I don't believe in it. I do not believe that मेरी लाइफ में पिक्चर बाकी है. मैं तो स्ट्रगल ही कर रही हूँ. मेरा तो नहीं हो रहा कुछ लाइफ में. तो I am like नहीं होगा. It's okay. I've made peace with that. Though I do not stop making that effort to do better or to chase my dream, I am doing that. Till now I am doing that. But I have let go of the fact नहीं होगा तो करने का क्या फायदा? That is not the case. I'll always keep doing what I love. But हाँ, I have applied my brains and I'm like, हाँ, ठीक है, it's not always that you get. Because obviously in Shah Rukh films, he gets the girl.
Yes, this reminds me of this dialogue from film called Kapoor and Sons, where Siddharth's character says happy ending बिकती ज्यादा है because लोगों को जिंदगी में happy ending नहीं मिलती, इसीलिए वो कहानियों में ढूंढते हैं.
Cool.
तो अगर कहानी भी डिप्रेसिंग हो जाएगी तो
Correct.
सिनेमा इज सपोज्ड टू बी एन एस्केप.
Of course. Now I know that I was a perpetually depressed child. I always had anxiety, ADHD. That's why my personality is the way it is. Because when I look back, I'm like, oh, it was all because of this. I totally get it.
Now makes sense.
Yeah. It's like putting all the puzzle pieces together and I'm like, okay, that is why this was this way. I wish I had the tools back in the day, but cinema was the one thing that really took care of me. Like I say always that I practically raised myself. That is not entirely true because cinema kind of raised me. So cinema is something that held me together, did not let me break even when I was on the brink of breaking away, really shattered. Cinema was always there for me. Music was always there for me. Like I have survived only because of films, only because there was our Hindi films, no matter how much people curse and whatever, but I think it saved me a lot of times.
That is just so beautiful.
Thank you. See, I have tears. Then Jay asks ki you guys met. Then we see that Harleen comes to meet Veer, Old Fort mein.
पुराना किला.
She's come to meet him with the friends. इसके set of friends.
उसके set of friends.
It's a big event.
हाँ, अकेले नहीं जा सकते ना, किसी ने देख लिया. Exactly.
And nobody knows कि वो क्या न्यूज ब्रेक करने वाली है. और मिले हैं और फिर ये लोग कट भी कर देते, दिखाते भी नहीं है कि क्या हुआ.
Exactly.
Because they want to show कि इनका क्या चल रहा है सीन.
Because they want to show ना कि अभी we have come at the brink of reuniting. It can either go two ways.
Yeah.
It can either end for good or it can just be a new beginning to everything.
It's your girl meet boy वाला thing. Oh, I never knew what a fresco was. I only knew disco. ये क्या हो रहा है? And then she does that poke thing. Because only she gets it. And she hugs. They're almost like about to kiss. They refrain. And she's like कि तुम्हारी girlfriend का है.
See, which is why I always see Jay and Meera are two individuals who have just not been able to define anything till the very end. That the line till the very end remained so blurry because I see them being friendly when they are dating, who complete each other. I always feel like both of them liked each other so much as people. You're always on the brink of, oh, should they be together? Should they not be together? And when they're together, the magic is so much in the air that you forget about Joe. Forget about Vikram. True. They forget, and as an audience, even you forget till you're reminded of it. You are rooting कि मीरा बहाना बनाए विक्रम के आगे. You just want to root for two problematic people because somehow they only make sense with each other.
And even when she's like, हमें double date करना चाहिए, I want to meet her.
He's not very convincing about it.
Obviously.
She just is putting it out there only to acknowledge it.
Because अभी awkward हुआ ना moment बीच में. इसीलिए we need other people to stop us from being ourselves.
Exactly.
So he's like कि मुझे मिलने में interest नहीं है.
Oh, मेरी girlfriend से मिलो. तुम्हारी girlfriend कितनी special है.
Please, I don't want to do any of that. Social bullshit, he calls it.
I feel Meera also, independent of Jay, is a very strong personality. Very secure with herself, which Jay was not.
It's like तुम देखना चाहती हो तुमसे ज्यादा खूबसूरत तो नहीं है.
Jay has always been insecure because Jay knows that he needs Meera more than Meera needs him. So whenever a serious relationship is around Meera, Jay always gets a hit. Getting a boyfriend, be it Meera getting asked to be married, be it her wedding. However, Meera is only, just as frivolous as any girl would be about her ex-boyfriend, who he's dating. Is she prettier than me or not? Otherwise, I feel like Meera is very secure as a character who knows that he's not going to find somebody as me.
But do you think there are people around you or in your life, or maybe you've been this way, where you want to be friends with your ex just to keep things cordial?
The motive behind it is never evil. The motive is never to ruin a person's life or emotional health or to put myself on the stage. The motive is always that I have liked this person so much. It's always been such a special time around him. How can I not have him at all? So as I told you, a safety net that we all consider friendship, it always becomes something that goes for a toss simply because there is no other relationship that will define these two people other than friendship.
But would you want them to be friends with your current partner also?
No, not at all.
You think guys do that?
In my experience, for guys, it's a little more easier to separate relationships in their head. Like a boy can look at you as a friend in 1 minute and a girlfriend in the next minute and then again switch back to being a friend. I think those emotions are pretty sorted till they are like deep in shit and they're like very much dealing with it. With girls, I feel there's a little bit of a problem with emotional regulation where we are so wired to see somebody the same way that when we see them in a different way, it triggers us. It doesn't come very easily. I cannot wake up tomorrow and be like, this person is my friend. I will still have the same responses, which is very also visible in Meera's approach to Jay. At no point you feel like she's just a friend. And she's much more aware than him. She's much more of a thinker than him. She knows the repercussions. Yet, she's not able to because she cannot draw that wiring in her head that, okay, this man who used to be my boyfriend is now my friend.
Also because when he says ना कि बहाने बनाते हैं, she's like मैं क्यों कर रही हूँ ये. He says कि ये सब सोचने का काम मेरे जाने के बाद करना. Because मेरे को accountability नहीं लेनी है the रायता that I am going to फैलाओ right now. Because that's who he is.
And he knows that Meera is gonna think. He knows that Meera is a righteous person. Coming from this experience, I really know that these things just happen and the raita only comes to the surface when it's already been fellowed. It's just so damn fun in the situation because all you want to do is have fun.
Because you want to be in the moment. Na?
And also I have another theory. Why people reconnect is because they always end on a good note. Had Jay ever been mean to Meera, abusive to Meera, emotionally, any which way, Meera would not have been so chill with it because that memory would have triggered her to not meet him. The reason that their breakup was based on a frivolous argument, which wasn't even valid to Veer Singh apparently, made it so comfortable for them to come back together because the ending was not very sharp.
If it was hurtful,
there is no amount of hurt. What do Meera get sad about?
उसने breakup इतनी आसानी से accept कर लिया है.
At this point in time, Meera has no reason to dismiss Jay. So she goes by her heart. She's like, okay, if I have no reason to dismiss him, then let me just go ahead with him.
But I also feel ये जबरदस्ती की friendship is like just too much because you have to be civil. Some people may want you to be friends with their partners. I'm like, ये torture किस लिए? I don't have a problem with them being together. Being civil is one thing, but ये जबरदस्ती की friendship with your current partners is total bullshit. Like, I do not get it at all.
Yeah, me neither. I do not get it. I feel like it is a social obligation. Deepika just said it out loud only because she did not want to hang out alone with him.
But they will hang out together. Awkward तो होएगा ही ना. आप तो invite ही कर रहे हो trouble. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आप सोच समझ के like नहीं I will have control over myself and nothing is going to happen. ऐसा तो नहीं होने वाला है.
But you always want to believe the best in you.
Hi. Good luck trying. So of course there's this comfort and there's this sense of familiarity between the two of them. And also this is the scene where his choice of words are हमने realize नहीं किया कि हम एक दूसरे को कितना पसंद करते थे. So अभी भी he is not saying कि प्यार करते थे. It's always कि पसंद करते थे. We looked good together. Have you ever been with somebody where two of you have looked in the mirror and said that, oh, we look so good together?
Yes.
Do you feel like, yes, this is it?
No. Again, I'm very Jay on this. I can fully understand because I have looked in the mirror with somebody, told them, oh, we look so good together. But I can tell you for sure that even at that point in time, I did not love the person and the person did not love me.
So people just say this ऐसे ही.
You know, out of compatibility, Abby. And in my opinion, little controversial, but I would any day pick compatibility over love. Because surviving with somebody and having fun with somebody should always supersede the passion in you and the love in you because love can fizzle out. Compatibility can be worked on more easily. Looking at somebody and saying that, oh, this person is good for me is I feel good enough to spend time with them and be with them and not wait for a
big gesture,
giant, big love announcement because honestly speaking, it might not ever come. So I don't know if it's a hopeless self me speaking, but if that is not gonna come, I might just go ahead with what I have. And if that's good chemistry, then at least I know one thing for sure that I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be having fun. I'm not gonna feel an ache all the time in my heart that I could not have what I really wanted. With them, even till this moment, great compatibility and compassion and admiration for each other. That I like this person and why you are so attracted is because you fill voids of each other. How Meera would have just overthought that moment. You remember the moment when Jay teases her कि ओ मैं चला गया तो fashion से interest चला गया. हाँ Jay मैं टूट गई. She takes it so lightly because she has always been taking herself so seriously. Be it her career, be it moving to India, be it working on restoration projects. She has taken herself and her surroundings so seriously that when suddenly this person comes, she lets go. She's herself with him. That's the version of her that comes out only when he's around. Varna, imagine if there was anybody else apart from Jay saying this to her, I'm sure this would not have been her reaction. She has always been so proper with Vikram, so into her work. Whenever we see her working, we do not see a lot of interactions at the workplace. How we see Jay's interaction later. He's been talking to people, he's been going out partying in the whole montage when Jay is working in San Francisco. We do not see Meera hanging out with her buddies. We do not see Meera laughing out loud with Vikram. She always has a subtle smile on her face. But just when Jay is around, as a person who's a control freak, you're always looking out for company that can bring out that version of you, which nobody else can, including yourself.
Now, when they sneak around in Delhi, I think this is the time they just fall in love with you.
Because there is no pressure of falling in love.
Yeah, but they do. It's just, they fall in love in the second half of the film.
They do because there is no pressure. They say कि यहाँ नहीं चलना है, मनाना नहीं है, shopping पे नहीं आना है.
If you're in love, wouldn't you want to do all of those things just because it's nice to do those things for the other person?
See, those are relationship problems, not love problems. Those are relationship givens ki oh, just because he's my boyfriend he has to come. Right now, if you see the whole Chor Bazari video, Meera is eating a tikha golgappa, Jay is getting pani for her, Meera is going somewhere, Jay is just following her, she's dancing and he's just becoming a sidekick to her moments. See, in this moment, because there is no pressure,
Correct.
this is where the love is. Okay.
Haan.
When initially in the montage that we see in the beginning, because there is a lot of pressure to maintain the relationship, you do things out of
Obligation. So when they get off the metro, I saw the poster of Rock On. It was late August it released. So I think that's around the time they shot it. Then there's the Jia band in the Chor Bazari. One of the places is Ansal Plaza. Or twice they go there.
that market.
I think is Suraj Kund. I'm not entirely sure. Where they're all handicrafts.
There are bangles.
Haan. The Golgappa thing I think is Ansal Plaza. Though there is no Golgappa in Ansal Plaza. Not that I know of. My old Delhi time, I've been in Ansal Plaza. I've chased people wanting to hit them in Ansal Plaza because they pissed the F out of me.
For this song, I see Jay's efforts a lot more organic. See, avoidance thing about them is they do not refrain love. They only refrain when it's put onto them as a pressure. Now he has absolutely no obligation, which is why it comes so naturally to take care of her without even knowing who she is to me, which never happened when she actually was something to him.
I think it's a very beautiful line that Irshad Bhai has written. प्यार की जो तेरी मेरी उम्र आई थी वो कट गई. They want to say that हमारा बुढ़ापा आ गया था प्यार में. जो कि प्यार था नहीं कभी, but he's very beautifully put it there, which I really like. Yeah, you're correct.
But this song has 10 different things that they do together and all of them are different from each other.
Yeah. Did you know that the taxi driver
Teddy Moria,
is the same guy, Hotel Descent?
same one who's in Jab We Met. Yes.
And did you know he's the art director on the film?
Yes.
But did you know that he's Vijay Maurya's brother? Did you know his actual name is Ajay? I got to know that he's Vijay Maurya's brother because a friend of mine told me. I was like, what are you saying? He's like, huh. And now that I know that his name was Ajay and he uses Teddy as a name, then I'm like, huh, Ajay Vijay. Obviously, brothers. Yes, I get it. Do you know the name of the dhaba where these people dance at?
No.
It's called Relax Dhaba Full Time. I couldn't read what was niche. I'm like, okay, relax.
I think it's a little too out there for a Delhi dhaba. You are not behaving like a Delhi girl feeding truck drivers with alcohol.
Oh my god, at one point I thought that Teddy Morea's character as a taxi driver, it felt like when he drops her off, he's in the background, he takes his scarf and he tries to clean his taxi. And I'm like, why is he being creepy? Like,
Yeah, he
why
was.
Is he behaving like this?
He was.
Like, why? Then I thought that maybe I'm reading too much into it as a woman. I don't know.
No. Definitely, he was creepy. That's what I'm saying, I'm like, Deepika, please.
हाँ, behave करो थोड़ा.
You are in Delhi.
लड़कियों को आजादी नहीं है इतनी.
आप दिल्ली में हैं.
So I was looking at the taxi. तो मुझे लगा कि पता नहीं दिल्ली में ही शूट किया है, वहीं से टैक्सी लिए क्या है. उसमें लिखा है My Style. ESTYLE style. I was like, it's a very Bombay thing. You and I are saying it at the same time because it's so not Delhi-like. I know the bridge is in Delhi only. Of course, old Delhi के आसपास का है.
Also, I feel like this song, Jay, for the first time, sees this version of Meera.
Carefree.
Who can let go.
Yeah.
And and he says also, कितना मजा आ रहा है ना, इतना मजा कभी नहीं आया.
पहले पता हो तो पहले breakup कर ले.
When you take the pressure of things, of relationships, and you stop with the whole naming bit.
But labels are important, aren't they?
They are.
शुरू में जरूरत में भी नहीं है, बट इवेंचुअली आपको नाम तो देना ही पड़ेगा ना.
I think it can either go two ways. One, it can truly devastate you because there is no name to it. Or secondly, it can just be so fun because you will be your best self without a reason. You know, you cannot be the same person before and after, which is very visible in action. How a particular label limits the relationship.
बट आई थिंक अगर सिक्योरिटी होगी तो वो लेबल विल ओनली एड ऑन टू इट पॉजिटिवली.
Maybe.
Only if there's security and the love is real, people are open to the fact that yeah, it doesn't matter what the label is because I know the label is this, but it needs to be said out loud. So let's just, do this.
Precisely. See, both the things, it comes with its own pros and cons, right? It gives you a security. At the same time, it limits your behavior because you have to now behave a certain way, which is very ingrained, subconscious. Meera as a girlfriend was uptight. Do you think she was not a fun person back then?
हाँ, बट हमको दिखाया नहीं ना कुछ.
हमें हमेशा से वो जैज गर्लफ्रेंड दिखाई गई है, who is a very practical, uptight woman, thinks from her brain, keeps thing in her heart. This is the first time through the song.
रंग बिरंगा पानी फेंके
सीधी सादी लड़की बिगड़ गई. It's not रंग बिरंगा पानी. रंग बिरंगा पानी वो विक्रम के साथ भी पी रही थी. We have seen a lot of shots where they have went out drinking. You remember the disco shot where Deepika and Vikram are dancing together. She's hell drunk. We do not see Deepika freely dancing. She's moving and maneuvering. यहाँ पे she's fellowed. जबकि वहाँ तो बॉयफ्रेंड था संभालने के लिए. But she could not from the heart fellowed in front of the boyfriend that she did in front of this ex/friend. So I think when you remove the labels, it also removes a lot of pressure of behavior. एक दूसरे को खुश नहीं करना है. She knows even if she fucks up, who is he? What can he do now? He has already broken up. There is no fear attached to the relationship.
Even post the song, when he comes to drop her off, did you think something was going to happen between the two of them?
Yes, of course. But I think they honestly behaved like two mature adults. And very quickly they gained their senses. You know, there's always that line, even though you're drunk and not in your senses, but you come back to that position where you're like, we need to keep our brains active, which is when फायदा होना है तो मेरा ही हो जाए. They are joking about it, but they both know that it cannot happen.
I was like, कुछ हो जाएगा definitely because she invites him in.
Yeah, she invites him in when he's at the door. Then Jay laughs.
मुझे लगता है कि the moment she enters the house, वो सारा senses में आ जाती है, पता नहीं क्यों अचानक से.
हाँ, for some reason, yes.
There's a distinct shift, ना?
It is, but I feel like she invites him in, but she's also aware of how her day went. It's been a nice time and she wants it to end on a different note than it did. But I think Jay in this moment was the one refraining it.
को ऐसा लगा नहीं, but then he says कि New Year's कहाँ जा रहे हो, हमारा भी नाम डाल दो.
See, this time Jay is the one who brings up his and his girlfriend into the picture.
But मीरा करती है ना, Jay doesn't do it. She says New Year's Eve.
का क्या प्लान है?
He's like, what are you guys doing?
मैं और विक्रम तो प्राइवेट पार्टी कर रहे हैं.
So she says,
जो को कहाँ लेके जा रहे हो?
हाँ, तो he says कि कहीं भी ले जाऊंगा. तो बोलते कि
सब अच्छी जगह बुक्ड होगी.
तो किसी बुरी जगह ले जाऊंगा. तो बोलते फिरंगन मार डालेगी तुझे. So he's like, तो अपने पार्टी में डाल दो. वैसे भी हम एक दूसरे को जानते हैं. I know you're dying to see कि वो तुमसे ज्यादा खूबसूरत तो नहीं. मतलब what are these games that he's playing? Why are you doing this? मूड खराब हो गया मेरा उस टाइम पे because I am like, कुछ करना है तो कर लो ना. Like पूरे दिन तो बातें कर चुके हो ना.
If something would have happened now, that would have been conscious. That would have been outright. That would have been cheating. That's where the line always is. The line always has been blurred simply because they do not know. Had they done something, it would have been a known decision. Right now, ये पूरा जो hangout चल रहा है तो पता ही नहीं है ना कि cheating है उनके हिसाब से.
Because I wanted them to fully cheat. Sorry.
If that would have happened, the next night moment would not have happened. Where they kiss only out of habit while saying goodbye to each other.
The whole thing at the New Year's party, they are playing this game, okay, where you have your other partner right in front of you and you have your ex-partner and you are constantly messaging. It is so rude. Like that is what my interpretation was. Because it's New Year's Eve, everybody would be messaging you Happy New Year in advance or some jazz. That is why your phone is constantly buzzing. And he's saying also, I'm glad those people didn't come because otherwise we would have been speaking about these things and it would have been so limiting. And you're still on the phone. It is so disrespectful.
I'll tell you honestly, the movie and the characters have underplayed everybody else's feelings. And there is a reason why Meera picked a guy who would not mind his actions. And Jay has picked a girl who would absolutely not care.
Really?
Yeah, why do you think that Joe would come to a party with him? We do not see any argument in between them when she's been hovering around Delhi on her own.
मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि उसने उसको इसलिए नहीं बताया या we didn't get to see a scene where he's lying to her because the director doesn't want us to hate Jay.
It's because Joe as a character is very weak, underwritten, and also as a character, she does not care so much and she is on the surface of it. She met the boy, she liked the boy, she's having fun with him and she's there. Which is why when the breakup also happens between Jay and Joe, it's not dramatic at all. No. It's not like a Meera and Jay breakup. Oh, you don't love me? Call me when you know love. Knowing that he will not call and she leaves. There is not an ounce of tear or a sadness we see. We only see a sense of gaining self-respect that, okay, I cannot be with him because he does not love me and he might never love me. There is no hope also left with this man. Now my thing is that because unke partners are such weak characters, the characters as they are, those are weak people who do not care. For example, for Vikram, he did not even realize his wife is marrying him out of spite. Do you realize that when that happens, how weak of a person you can be to not understand that you have been living with somebody for over an year, decided to marry them and not still understand while you're on the mandap with them that they're thinking about somebody else? Jay could notice she's looking at me. Yeah. He could not notice that she's looking at him, which is why these small moments of texting, disappearing after the proposal, maybe Vikram not realizing where she went after the proposal.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in detail later.
They were all part of, it's only a matter of escalation. Okay, we have been dating, next step, get married. That's about him.
For me, it was like, for Jay and Meera, it's a game. I win, you lose. For them, it is also a contest that, oh, your girlfriend is not hotter than me. Yes. Because he is not telling how is Vikram better than me. Of course, they play the both old proposal, news that she's been engaged with somebody. That's why they got her here, Harleen. And Deepika says that, oh, उसने मुझे propose कर दिया. So he's like, इसमें इतना टेंस होने की क्या बात है? ये तो खुशी की बात है. Just think about it and जो बोलना है बोल दो. So she's like, अच्छा यहाँ तुम्हें secretly मिलके तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ के decide करूँ. And he's like, okay, good point.
Why do you think that as in when Meera got proposed, Jay was the first person she wanted to tell or she wanted Jay to know?
No, I think क्योंकि जय तो सोचता नहीं है ना, उसने सिर्फ शैंपेन का ग्लास देखा, उसने ये नोटिस नहीं किया कि उसमें से एक में रिंग है. That is how Vikram has proposed.
After Meera gets proposed, why do you think she texted Jay to meet मीनार के पीछे?
Because she wanted to see his reaction.
And I feel somewhere she was expecting कि जय अगर रोक लेता, अगर जय प्रपोज कर लेता, तो वो विक्रम को मना कर देती. पहली बात तो विक्रम को हाँ बोलने वाली है. They have a very love-hate fight happening. Seeing him okay with it is when Meera decides to go ahead with the relationship and the marriage.
Correct. And she says also कि तुम खुश हो. Also reminds me of कुछ कुछ होता है where Anjali's engagement that has already happened which Rahul doesn't know about. So he gets to know कि अरे you've been engaged, congratulations. He's singing and everything and क्या तुम खुश हो? तो बोलता है कि हाँ मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. तो बोलती है तो फिर मैं खुश कैसे हो सकती हूँ? I love that. It has the same kind of energy.
See, exactly that's the problem with women layered to keep things inside them that they cannot take it out and in the face of it say that listen, I want this, I need this. And somewhere that gap will always reflect in the form of agony when you do not get from the other person, because Meera for once never throughout the film has ever confessed that I want a marriage from you. Are you okay or are you not? It's always been in subtext. So hence these characters are so grey and layered that you can't even actually point at who's right and wrong. Jay for once is not wrong for being happy that okay, a girl who wanted to get married is with a nice guy proposed to her and she'll be married. For him, things are working in progression.
बट वो ऐसे भी तो बोलता है ना कि उसकी चाल में मत आना, वो ड्रिंक्स ला रहा है तुम्हारे लिए. भाई ड्रिंक के अंदर रिंग भी है.
That's just a fun banter happening. It's not about the marriage or anything like that. But my only deal is that if for Meera, the first person that you want to tell if you have been engaged is your ex, then there is something wrong,
of course,
with your current relationship and it should not culminate into a marriage.
True, absolutely. And also, I feel like this is where she's actually coming to terms with her feelings and she's like, I need you out of my life.
Yes. And that this thing is not healthy. What we have been trying to make healthy, we have been attempting so very hard to make this work. A friendship cannot exist.
Because he's kind of an impediment in her relationship.
Yes, the first time when मीरा realizes कि वो जगह एक को ही मिल सकती है, मैं चाह कर भी अपने दिमाग में दो लोगों को साथ लेकर नहीं चल सकती, because they somehow belong in the same sphere of things. I cannot treat one as my friend and another as my husband. It needs to be a one person that I belong to, and that needs to be, if it's my husband, then it cannot be anybody else.
She wants obviously a no contact thing, but again he is such a child that he's like, अरे ये नई टच में रहना जरूरी है क्या?
That's the whole point. It's not like वो समझना चाहता नहीं है, उसके fear of thinking में ये सब चीजें नहीं आ रही है कि कैसे मेरे 2000 किलोमीटर दूर होने से तुम्हारे रिलेशनशिप पे असर पड़ रहा है.
Because he says कितनी बार ब्रेकअप करेंगे. I was like, भाई ये रियल ब्रेकअप है, पहले वाला तो ऐसे टाइम पास कर रहे थे तुम लोग. He's like, कभी नहीं मिलेंगे. उसको फर्क भी पड़ रहा है कि कभी क्यों नहीं मिलेंगे.
Jay has nothing to lose. He has a girlfriend who absolutely does not care. Imagine being a Joe in somebody's life.
I can't even imagine. Can you see the reaction?
You are alone at a party, you only know your boyfriend, and he's fucking sneaked out to meet his ex or whoever.
हाँ, because he tells this other person, she's Swiss, she doesn't know Hindi, please take care of her.
Yes. So imagine being a Joe. Jay has no problem keeping in touch with Meera because Meera is at least real. To him, Joe is not even real. Joe is just need a girlfriend, have a girlfriend.
It's just there for the purpose of having a girlfriend.
Exactly. You see, Meera comes up in a different avatar in front of Jay. Be it a white dress that she's never worn before, be it her wedding gown. And all the time, Jay has a very surprised reaction to it.
हाँ, अभी भी when she comes to meet him, गुस्सा कर रही है वो, क्यूट लग रही हो.
When Joe dresses up for New Year's in a lehenga, we do not see Jay's.
He's not even making an effort to make her smile. Can you imagine that relationship is not even a relationship? It's a sorry excuse of a relationship.
He can run as much as he wants to, but somewhere his mind and his heart craves, I want somebody real in my life. I can just be honest with, can be myself with, and also somebody who's honest with me.
So obviously they hug because अच्छा अब के बाद नहीं मिलेंगे. Oh my god. But then inevitable kiss हो जाता है और फिर then they are like, what the fuck are we supposed to do?
Let's just leave.
She only leaves, I think. This guy is like, I have to stop her at the station. Harleen's been taken away. So this is where you see Vamika also as one of the cousins. And when he comes and he says, I'm in love with Harleen. And at that point in time, she doesn't say a word. And poor thing gets beaten up. Bichara, at this point, you needed a Simran who would come in front of Bauji and she'll be like, नहीं, don't hit him. मैंने कहा था ना हमें यहाँ से भाग जाना चाहिए. You need that strong character.
She's not that character, which is why her being quiet is the only natural thing in the moment. Even when they do end up together, she is not somebody who goes and fights for it. She's out there like a mannequin listening. And she's saving the letters, quietly loving, okay, but never even standing up to the mother who's even a soft character. Listen, please talk to dad. Please help me elope. The character itself is so weak that this whole love story is being carried by Veer Singh.
That's why for me, when I see Rishi Kapoor performing, it makes me feel that he's the hero of the yesteryear love story. Though I know that Saif has performed so brilliantly, it'll always be Rishi Kapoor's story.
Yeah. I think also the filmmakers put it out in a manner where Rishi Kapoor does become the center of their love story because Rishi Kapoor is the one narrating it. Rishi Kapoor is the one at the center of all the action that happens through the love story.
But फिर मुझे कभी-कभी लगता है कि उनका love story is just a crutch for him to move ahead. ऐसा लगता है कि injustice कर दिया character और कहानी के साथ, सिर्फ इसके लिए use करने के लिए उसको रखा है. मेरे को कभी-कभी बुरा लगता है. कुछ-कुछ scenes में, not every scene, but कुछ-कुछ scenes में ऐसा लगता है. पता नहीं क्यों.
I feel like he's such a nice, bubbly character. कहते हैं कि ओ मेरा प्यार हम दोनों के लिए काफी होगा. So I think that really fits with this story कि his love, I feel, completes the whole story, that somehow, even despite having a weak character as Harleen, the love story seems absolutely fine because Veer Singh ka love is actually काफी for the both of them.
Yeah. True, that is very true. So Abhi, they come back to London and now you see a shift in Jay because he has this newfound respect for Veer's love story.
And also I feel like Jay, now when he comes back to London, he has developed some sort of depth. We see it in his outlook, we see it in his words, which is why he has developed interest in Veer Singh's story. Because now he has a depth to understand it.
Because not only does he have newfound respect for Veer Singh's love story, but Veer Paji says कि कहीं तू एक और वीर सिंह पनेसर तो नहीं बनने जा रहा. तो बोलता है आजकल मैन्युफैक्चर कहाँ होते हैं. Oh my God, what a great man. That's when he's describing Veer Paji's story to Joe. Great man.
Traveled 1,000 miles to see the love of his life.
अचानक से रिस्पेक्ट आ गई, वरना अब तक हंस रहा था वो इसके ऊपर.
Exactly, because we see a character of Saif developing into what he'll be. these are maybe the seeds of him understanding that when you're in love, these things can be okay. These things can be done. Which earlier दिल नहीं है, प्यार नहीं है, तो action समझ कैसे आएंगे?
You think Joe breaks up with Jay because of something Veerpaji said, or she just realized that it's not going anywhere?
No, I think when Jay talks na कि अब वीर सिंह manufacturer कहाँ होते हैं, great man. I think Joe realizes that one, this man does not love me. Second, he will never love me. And that is something that usually breaks you in a relationship. Not the present scenario, but the future prospect of it. Because maybe Joe was with him for fun, but as you progress, you obviously want to see some future. Yeah. Something more to what already exists, which Joe could not imagine. I think at that point in time, maybe Joe's self-respect got a little bit of a bumping. Yes. कि जहाँ पे she was like, I cannot have myself just be a supporting cast to this man's life. He's going to India meeting his ex. He's coming back. He's having these conversations with a cafe owner. Not once has he ever discussed. So apparently throughout the film, we do not have one scene of Joe and Jay talking. Somebody else is talking to and she's in the background. Friends are there. She's in the background. She realizes ki, oops, I'm in the wrong space. That self-respect wala realization when it hits na is what prompts her to break up with him.
Jay को नहीं समझ आ रहा है कि ये इसलिए कर रही है क्योंकि इसका self-respect जाग गया and he's of no use.
She has fallen in love with me.
Jay को लग रहा है कि वीर सिंह ने कुछ बोला है because he says कि अरे did वीर सिंह say something? Is that why you're breaking up with me?
No, then she says ना कि Jay, do you love me?
हाँ, then she says because इसको क्या है, इसको अकाउंटेबिलिटी तो लेनी नहीं है कि मेरी वजह से वो ब्रेकअप कर रही है. उसको है कि कहीं पाजी की वजह से तो नहीं ब्रेकअप कर रही है. अब उनके जैसा प्यार तो मैं वैसे भी नहीं कर पाऊंगा. बट व्हाट इफ ही सेड समथिंग, शी डजंट नो जैक अबाउट व्हाट हैज हैपेंड. दैट्स व्हाई ही वाज शिफ्टिंग द ब्लेम ऑन टू पाजी सो दैट ही डिडंट हैव टू बेयर द ब्रंट ऑफ इट. बट फिर वो हो भी गया तो भी इसको कोई फर्क तो पड़ ही नहीं रहा है.
Exactly. And then later, how easy for Jay was to take the breakup also just showed that how Jay was never there. Both of them wanted an out. They got an out. And now again the खुलासान time.
3-4 शॉट दिखाते हैं to short lapse of time, जिसमें से एक है 1st September. She rolls the calendar. September comes. So I feel September is very prominent.
Oh my God.
It's her wedding. Never invite an ex to your wedding. Please. Like that's a thumb rule, no?
I think that's just because they're part of the same group. I think they all come as a group together. I feel a very different Jay when he comes to the wedding.
Of course he's different. He's totally broken. Like almost उसका stubble आ चुका है. उसका depression शुरू होने वाला है. Like it's on the verge.
His looks, his face, his hair. Suddenly we see, that seriousness in his avatar ki, oh my God, where am I and what am I doing here? At this point in time, even Jay is confused. What am I doing?
Also, did you realize Colleen? She says, देखो ये भी बारात हो सकती थी. It's just a fun statement, but it's affecting the both of them. It's affecting Jay also and it's affecting Meera also because yes.
ये बात सिर्फ उन दोनों को पता है ना कि फीलिंग्स अभी तक हैं और हम जो कर रहे हैं इट्स अ रेसिप्रोकेशन ऑफ ईच अदर्स प्रोवोकेशन. फ्रेंड्स को नहीं पता. So when you're friends with an ex and all of your friends are cool with it and you show it to the world that we're the coolest people ever to exist, it's just something that why would they mind it now because they don't love each other? They don't know that, things have been happening in Delhi, that the feelings have been there.
जब जयमाल के बाद मीरा जैसे मिलना चाहती है, मिलना उसको है, बात उसको करनी है. And these people have no issues. They have gotten the दुल्हन छुपा के लेके आए हैं, वो भी आया है and she has not said a word. Everything is this mumbling idiot going on and on and on and on and on.
That is the beauty of this scene in my opinion. Meera calls up Jay clearly because Meera has to talk things out. Jay is saying out every single thing that Meera wanted to listen or giving Meera the answer to her questions. Meera never ever feels the need to interrupt him. You see, he goes on to thinking a few times in that whole conversation. Oh, मतलब शादी हो गई है तो होनी है तो क्या हो रहा है? Meera does not correct him. Meera does not interfere. Meera is just thinking ki, oh my God, even after so much, if this man is confused, then none of the things that I am going to say is going to have any impact.
But also वो सब चीजें अपने अंदर रखते हैं ना, मिलने के लिए बुलाया भी है तो क्या ही उखाड़ लिया है.
Yeah, that is because अगर वहाँ जय नहीं शुरू करता तो मीरा को जवाब देती. Meera was expecting Jay to come and she would say some things, ask some things, क्या हुआ तुम्हारे साथ, why are you looking like that, or maybe मैं गलती तो नहीं कर रही, जो राहुल को बोलती है after they get married that गलती कर दी, अंदर से नहीं जा रहे तुम मेरे. What happens is that Jay gives her every possible answer. The minute Jay says कि हर चीज के लिए बोलती थी, ये भी बोलती कि मुझसे शादी
करनी पड़ेगी.
Meera realizes that it's still not coming from a place of मुझे तुझसे शादी करनी है.
You tell me, I'll do it
I'll do
types.
it, हाँ,
हाँ,
ठीक है.
like अपना दिमाग इस्तेमाल नहीं करना है मुझे.
You know that choice of words when he says कि यहाँ ले चलो वहाँ ले चलो, ये बोल देती कि शादी करनी है. इस पूरे 7 मिनट के मोनोलॉग में भी never ever does Jay say कि मुझे तुमसे शादी करनी है, या कोई चीज होती है सोलमेट्स, हम हैं वो सोलमेट. रैंडमली मम्बल्स अबाउट कोई चीज होती होगी सोलमेट. क्या वो बकवास सच निकली जो वीरपाल जी अपने कैफे में करते हैं?
अभी भी बकवास बोल रहा है. अभी तो न्यू फाउंड रिस्पेक्ट था, कुछ अचानक से ऐसे क्यों बोल रहा है?
एवरीथिंग इज विद अ क्वेश्चन मार्क. कि क्या वो बकवास सही थी जो वीरपाल जी करते थे? ही इज नॉट अफर्मेटिव, विच इज वाई यू थिंक मीरा जस्ट वेंट ऑफ एंड गॉट मैरिड. इज बिकॉज शी रियलाइज देयर इज सो मच कंफ्यूजन. इस पॉइंट के आगे देयर इज नथिंग आई कैन डू टू मेक हिम रियलाइज.
Why did she get married is my whole thing. You are looking at him, you're not even sure whether you want to be with this person.
You know, the checklist adds up. Maybe that's it. And जहाँ पे she really her heart was in it that she wanted, वहाँ पे none of the things added up. The separate goals still existed. She still knew that he wants to go to San Francisco. The problems that led to this breakup were always there.
She was very confident that he should go, but it was not the San Francisco thing that became an impediment before. It was her coming to Delhi. Now when she's gotten married, she's gone on a honeymoon, and अचानक madam is realizing that नहीं भाई, मेरे अंदर से वो गया नहीं है, कुछ गलत है. I know मैं तुम्हारे साथ गलत कर रही हूँ, मैं बाद में माफी मांग लूंगी. That is such a funny thing. Like मैं थिएटर में हंस रही थी.
Me too.
I'm like, I get it, but this is very fun. Wrong moment पे आ रहा है.
Poor Vikram.
ये गलत है, and she leaves. Okay.
You see the same moment repeating. You know when she says कि एक मिनट जय कोई है. See, that's what I'm saying. The दर्द part is so different with every love story and every person because हर किसी का trigger point अलग होता है. जय का trigger point was emotional availability that Meera was giving out. वीर सिंह का trigger point was maybe family. For Meera the trigger point was distance. Why would she not say what she had called to say just because he's moving? Not like he's moving with somebody else, but she knows कि with this man a distance not possible.
But have you ever felt this way about somebody ki I can't let go of this person from inside of me, and it's so difficult, and years after years it just sticks like it's a part of you, and even if you can't do anything about it, but it's there?
I think it happens initially. It's the most unhealthiest thing ever to be friends with that person.
But even if you've had distance and still that doesn't go away, then
it happens, but it's either two things. You know, one is I either let go and carry the parts of themselves in me. And secondly would be I absolutely do not like them, do not care about them, and would absolutely go. I don't believe in the cycle of carrying somebody, and more often, I don't believe that the other person who's coming in my life should bear the weight of my previous relationships.
of course he says कि golden gate में हो गया है. You were always sure, my dream job. She has to pretend that she's happy for him. मेरे लिए इसके बाद पिक्चर बोरिंग हो जाती है.
We are just now waiting. The marriage is not worked out. Joe is out of his life. The only thing left is for these two to get together. How and when is the only question.
What is surprising for me is that in that conversation, he's saying that कि मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था, why did I have a meltdown at your wedding? I'm like, तुझे अभी भी समझ नहीं आ रहा?
See, Abby, that's the thing. उसे नहीं समझ में आ रहा था, इसीलिए मीरा got married.
But he is also not processing. अभी वो डिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा है क्योंकि ड्रीम जॉब मिल गया उसको.
Which is very practical because at that point in time ऐसा कुछ उसके पास मोटिवेशन नहीं था लाइफ में. The only thing anchoring his life was मीरा. जो मीरा के साथ दिल्ली में मस्ती करी है, गया हूँ, nothing has been happening. The only fun part about life was मीरा. Now suddenly the job is there. He knows Meera is married off. There is nothing he can say about that meltdown now. Like coming from him, his point of view, just be in his shoes. What can he say about it? We all know the meltdown happened because he realized कि मेरे को शादी करनी थी, मैंने बस छोड़ दिया. He was regretting. But did he feel the regret? No. We felt it. Maybe even the friends felt it. Jay is not the kind of person who will go ahead and make theories out of his thoughts. And Meera understood. I think the problem that Meera had with him was not that he does not have feelings for her. When she says that line towards the end as well. The only thing is that Meera knows it exists in him. It's there. It's not one-sided.
It's just the awareness of it that needs to come to the forefront.
And she wants the awareness to come out on its own.
Of course, San Francisco is beautiful, but it's a depression montage song. That's what I call it. मैं क्या हूँ ये कैसे बतलाऊं. He thinks he's on top of the world, but I'm like, dude, you're gonna come crashing down so hard you wouldn't know what hit you. Which obviously happens.
We see a montage of him having fun. There's nothing missing from his life. He has friends. He has a perfect job. He has money. He has personal time. We see him gaming and we see him just living his life. A best life on paper could be for a professional like you. Then the whole point point comes ki, oh, the missing puzzle will only appear when you have everything else and still feel it's not enough. So what is the puzzle piece?
I hate the therapy scene.
I think it's done so wrong. It's not therapy also. I feel like it's done in such a corporate manner. That's what Imtiaz shows also. When Jay gets up, he knows that this woman cannot help.
Because you cannot tell a depressed person, oh, there's a lot of positivity around you. It'll come to you if you feel positive. No, bitch, because I cannot feel the joy. That is why I feel depressive, and just telling me to be positive is not gonna cut it. I have been through so much, and when I see this, I'm like, do not do this. People will lose faith in therapy.
That is exactly the point when Jay gets up and he realizes that it's not gonna help me. This is the moment when Jay understands ki no external help can now save me. No amount of drinking, no amount of girls, no amount of partying.
The one thing that she says that, have you told me everything? That I still get. Has he not told her about Meera? What is the deal? That I will still give the therapist that she was trying to get to the bottom of things.
He clearly has not.
But her saying positivity, मेरा वहीं पे I am like, कहाँ जाके सर फोड़ू मैं अपना?
I think that was the thing. She did not have anything else to say because Jay did not give her the information.
But still, you cannot tell people to be positive like that.
Maybe that line sort of triggers also Jay because he reacts very aggressively to it when he says कि yes, मैंने सब बता दिया है. And then she says, okay.
No, but she could have said, na, why is it triggering you? You can always write a scene. If you're a good writer, I am going to give that credit to Imtiaz that, oh, you know relationships, you know human emotions, you can write a good scene. So I've thought that maybe छूट गया थोड़ा सा या लिखा होगा, edit में कट गया, जो भी था. Like it was not there.
Or maybe it was just a bad therapist.
Yeah. Which I am not very happy about. ऐसे मत करो लोगों के साथ. लोगों का विश्वास उठ जाएगा. भगवान से विश्वास उठ जाए चलेगा. थेरेपी से विश्वास नहीं उठना चाहिए. So of course Jay gets mugged, and the only thing that he doesn't want to let go of is Meera's picture. When he bites his hand, that's when out of reflex he leaves the photograph. Of course the realization, oh, you are missing from my life. His unprocessed feelings that have made him suffer this depressive episode. He even blames her for this. Kind of, not exactly, but he says, तुम हो मेरी प्रॉब्लम, which is जब we met line, she asked कि बताओ क्या प्रॉब्लम है. It's like तुम हो मेरी प्रॉब्लम. I don't know, I mean, how many people thought that it was the same thing.
It's one of the first probably scenes where Jay is just so sure of something when he does not leave the picture. It's one act of affirmation that he does when he's just not leaving it. Even the thieves are just talking amongst themselves ki, okay, let it go, it's just a picture.
They take the picture and they tear it in front of him and then leave it. I'm like, तुम्हें यही करना था just to show power.
Again, in today's day and world, it's not about a picture. He can get 10.
Picture is a metaphor, na?
Exactly. Another thought also popped up in my head when I first saw this scene, that why was Jay having a Meera's picture in his wallet? Why?
मिल रहा है जाके छुप छुप के, अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड से झूठ बोल रहा है. So ये सारी चीजें तो वो कर ही रहा है. फोटो का होना is not very surprising for me. I'm like, he's doing 100 other things that point me in the direction that, oh, he loves her, but he's not aware. अभी पिक्चर जा रही है तो अचानक से ऐसा ट्रिगर हुआ है कि भाई, oh, she is the one that is missing in my life. She is the joy of my life. I cannot live without her. And the first phone, अब मीरा को नहीं जा रहा है फोन. पहला अभी वीर सिंह को जा रहा है फोन कि पाजी, like I don't know what to do. And now Paji is like, बेटा बहुत देर हो गई, like तू सोच समझ के कर whatever you're doing. Like now Paji is telling to take a back seat. Then you feel that अच्छा क्या हरलीन की भी शादी हो गई थी, and then Paji was like, let it be and let me just do whatever I need to do in life. But then he had also said कि ये सब हरलीन की वजह से ही है. मैं पहले फुकरागिरी करता था अपने दोस्तों के साथ,
पैसे कमाने थे, उसे हाथ मांगना था. See, which is why I never doubt Harleen's existence. I just feel like या तो relationship रहा होगा, टूट गया, somehow अलग शादी हो गई, but उसका anchoring has made him create all of these things, or that they're still together.
पर शुरू में मुझे लगता था कि वो मर गई है, फिर बाद में धीरे धीरे I'm like, अच्छा शायद maybe not. But शुरू में I was like, ये मर चुकी है, ये अभी उसकी याद में he's just become this person and he doesn't want another love to fail.
Yeah.
So he's being very practical. मतलब वीर सिंह पनेसर is being practical for the first time.
I think it's coming from a space of having a liking towards Meera. Veer Singh also does not want Jay to ruin Meera's life. That Jay says also to his friends कि आप तुमको लगता है मैं उसकी life खराब कर दूंगा. That's also something that Veer Singh wants to say, just does not say. Imagine Meera being in a happily married environment. Jay going now would ruin her. If she has found a happy place, then let her be in. So I found that to be like a good advice from Veer Singh, because at some point when you have to get serious, then you need to understand that my actions are not going to just affect the other person. They're going to affect like 10,000s of people.
Because he says कि जो करना है सोच समझ के करना, तो he says कि आपने सोचा था क्या? Then we are like, okay, उसने नहीं सोचा, जा पुत्र, रब रखा. Love it, love it. In the past वाला culmination and climax, we see that he sent her a letter. The letter has been found by the mother. She slaps her lean. Then she takes the letter to the father, and the father, though he knows that the person she is getting married to asking for dowry and they are really harassing them, उसको ये नहीं फर्क पड़ रहा है कि ठीक है इससे शादी नहीं करवाते, ये लड़का करता तो है प्यार, इससे करवा दे. नहीं, मैं किसके सामने झुकूं कि भाई उनका पेट भर जाए. Like you know already that जहाँ जा रही है वो टॉक्सिक ही है environment मेरी बेटी के लिए. हाँ, and he wants to murder Veer Singh.
That's a generational gap, and you just cannot have love marriage in your house. You cannot to face people with the fact that, oh, our daughter was in love with somebody, which is why I think this kind of behavior from the father somehow changes the perspective of the mother towards them. Because initially it wasn't. Had the sympathy and the empathy been there, she would not have taken that letter to the father. It's only that after the reaction comes, she knows that might as well take some pain of disrespect from the house itself than have it given to my daughter for the rest of her life.
Also, she says a very funny line. मैं थोड़ी भाग रही हूँ वीर सिंह के साथ. I am like, आंटी जी, please. ऐसे नाजुक मौके पे जहाँ पे इतना टेंस चल रहा है, आप ऐसी funny lines मत बोलिए, please. But I'm glad she takes that step and she lets her lean go with Veer. Obviously, that's the right thing to do.
I think there was one person always needed. A whole family or even more women around, I would have liked it. But what I do like about that scene a lot is that it's not just the mother. When they're leaving, there are 2-3 women who see it. And both the mother and the daughter know that it's safe. I think that's just very beautiful, because I can just fully understand how at that point in time, in a very conservative Punjabi Indian household, only a woman and a mother can get it. Maybe it's the same thing how in DDLJ, ek maa gets it, mere gehne le jao. Exactly. So it just shows that was needed. And the best part is it could have come only from a mother.
She's such a cutie, man. Yeah. Which is a very nice thing. I like that she stands up for her daughter and lets her have the life that she deserves. Of course, he comes to Delhi, तो पहले वो विक्रम के ही घर पे जाता है. And he's like, मीरा है क्या? And he's like, अंदर आओ. I'm like, तू क्या उसको बुला रहा है? Because he is very hyper at this point in time. Trying to be calm, that's the only thing that's going to work. But it's just very odd.
Meera and Vikram have quite similar personalities. They both are sharp. They both know how to read a room. They both know how to think it through. So Vikram calling him in was a very organic reaction, because Vikram is coming from a place of understanding and maturity, which is missing in Jay. Again, Jay is a child. Vikram is not. Vikram understands, which is why his first instinct is come inside. Let's talk about this. मुझे पता है आप उसके husband है. Then be patient, bro. Talk nicely.
He's the only one who's going to give you the answers that you need.
Yeah, you can't be rude to him. But he still is. Again, does not know, does not care.
First time when we are watching, we don't know as an audience that
क्या हुआ.
हाँ,
मुझे लगा था कि शायद मीरा अंदर होगी.
अब भी पता चलता है कि अरे when she came back, she apologizes to him. She says that let's get separated. जो मैंने तुम्हारे साथ कर दिया मैं ठीक तो नहीं कर सकती, but I can't continue to hurt you like this. Understandable, okay. फिर we see montage में she took another place. She continued to do the fresco work. Jay takes a taxi to go to the old fort. Vikram and Meera meet
at the family court
to get the divorce, and that is when he asks her, why don't you tell him? And that is when your line comes.
Yes.
Please say the line for us.
अगर बता दिया तो वो सब कुछ छोड़ के वापस आ जाएगा, पर फिर उसे लगेगा कि गलती कर दी. वो अभी तक जानता नहीं है विक्रम, उसे अभी तक नहीं पता है. जब जान जाएगा, अगर जान पाया तो आ जाएगा.
I just love this. जब वो जान जाएगा,
अगर जान पाया तो आ जाएगा.
बट मुझे नहीं लगता लाइफ में ऐसा होता है where you're like अगर जान पाया तो आ जाएगा, because वो जान पाया ही नहीं होता है.
I think थोड़ा बहुत ना हो जाता है when there is distance ना between two people, and when somebody is just as secure as Meera was. She had a little bit of confidence कि आ जाएगा. You can just see in Meera's body language कि she knows, even though she's comparing herself to Joe, she's quite aware of the fact the Jay वाली feeling जो है वो मेरे साथ ही है. She is just waiting for the when of it. When the San Francisco jobs nasha would be out of his system, कि he will realize that there is more to it or there's more to life.
She starts drinking black coffee without sugar because it's her turn to accept something of his, because she's a complete personality of her own. ऐसा कुछ जरूरत नहीं है उसको जय के habits को incorporate करने की.
I think that's also one way to keep connection to Jay, even though it's a possibility. With Harleen, there was no possibility of keeping in touch through phone and net, etc. But here, there is a big possibility of them connecting. Mira has an option to call him anytime, but she just wants to be connected with him through these little things because she's waiting, and that's the only thing common in between them. It's one of the things that you do to keep yourself sane, maybe. It's become a part of her now.
Yeah.
If he comes, if he doesn't come, now we know from this point onwards, they are gonna have black coffee together. And it will be out of choice. You know how we see that Harleen and Veer Singh do? That it's become a part of their everyday routine now. So I think that's just cute.
So now we come to the almost last scene. She's doing the fresco. I think I spotted Arushi Sharma in the background holding a laptop. You know who she is?
Who plays Kartik Aryan's love interest in the 2020 Love Aajkal.
He does this mango people and हमको साथ में रहना है and please ये long distance relation नहीं चलेगा.
Oh my god, you remember the moment that he enters and he says कि तो मैं नीचे आ जाऊं, and then she turns around and then she bursts.
I was about to say that the moment she takes this pause and the song kicks in. कहा बिना मैंने नहीं जीना, मैंने तू जो ना मिला. God, I cannot stop crying the moment that song starts.
You realize how when he comes, the tears don't flow. The tears only flow when she has had a moment to herself to think about what's happened, because up until this moment it was reflexes. Pylon nahi karna chahta. Okay, to mat karo pylon. Then she looks up and she has that moment to herself. She realizes, oh my god, this is happening. Now finally the end to all of the games has happened. Either it's gonna be a lifelong staying alone and a heartbreak, or it's gonna be marrying the love of your life. This was one moment she realized, okay, my life is gonna change from tomorrow. When you really subconsciously want something to happen in your life, but you can't say it out loud. You're always living in a moment of काश अगर ये हो जाता तो, but होगा तो नहीं. Like he's in San Francisco, okay, I'm divorced, but it happens.
Yeah, this is it.
And you don't know how. You don't know the whys of it. She doesn't know at all. She doesn't know ki, oh, he got kicked, oh, he got mugged, oh, he had a photo.
That whole montage, yeah.
Or he went to Vikram's place first. Now she just knows that however it happened, whatever happened, right now he's here for me.
And I don't know whether it's the magic of Pritam's music, or it's the magic of Ishad Bhai's lyrics, or the magical voice of Mohit Chauhan, or a combination of all of three, that it makes me cry so hard. I cannot. Right now, I have tears in my eyes. And I don't think it's the same version that's in the audio song, which is separate. It's not the same because it just hits different, yeah.
I think it's that part of Duriya that actually gives you a sense of relief, because somehow Duriya has been a playback for the entire film. Every time it comes, you know something sad is going to happen.
Yeah.
This is the only time that all that sadness finally culminates into that moment of forever, that going apart, coming together, getting apart, coming together. You finally know that after this one, there's no going apart. There is no ifs and buts to it, because all the problems that could have been there have already been there. Now that he's come after she's been married. He's come after they have been in long distance. It's come after every possible roadblock that they could have faced. It's only gonna be better from here.
And I love that she hits him pehle. I'm like, yes, deserves it. Please maro isse.
But it's so cute.
I love it. And even when he hugs her so that she stops hitting him,
She's not giving in immediately.
even after that she hits him. I'm like, yes, he deserves it. Please hit him.
The body language, and I feel so happy with that Deepika has just taken up Meera so nicely. In that scenario also, you know that Meera is not an outrightly open person. Had she been that, itna kalesh hi nahi hota. The fact that she's not able to let go immediately, but surely, definitely, and sometimes just so beautiful and so Meera. And again, so Jay that he just keeps softening her by these gestures, because he also knows that she'll soften, and then she does.
And also उसने पहले किया नहीं है ना ये सब. He needs to make sure that if she's upset, then I need to be there for her. I need to do certain things, take accountability.
For the first time, Meera has been so raw with him. actually crying and came out with that crying face. He knows कि जो अभी तक मीरा ने नहीं बोला, जो सब guards लगा के रखे थे, तो वो guards अब finally down हो गए हैं.
इसीलिए तो लाइन है ना, कहा भी ना मैंने नहीं जीना मैंने तुझो ना मिला. And then we have the end credit song. I think it's one of the best mixed songs because जब आप थिएटर में सुनते हो ना, it just is so refreshing. Despite the fact that it's taken from an original Punjabi song and then put together like this, the arrangement of this song, the way it's been mixed is so fresh. Even today,
See the choreography and you see the little glimpses of them all coming together. It's beautiful.
it's very nice. I really like it. I have not said this to Preetham, but I should. This is one of his best albums and collaboration with Irshad Bhai and Imtiaz. I think it's one of their best albums together.
That's true.
है ना?
Agreed.
Thank you so much, Malvika, for coming and taking time and doing this romantic and relationship dive into this film. I hope तुम bore नहीं हुई.
I hope I was not boring for people to listen to. I'm sure half of the time I was just gushing over Jay's character.
Not at all.
But I'm pretty sure there are a lot of others like me who are like giving free passes to Jess in their life.
Please do not give free passes. People do not deserve it.
But even if you do, then just follow the podcast so that we have more people validating us.
Yeah, we rather have people validating us, no?
Yeah, I think that's more capitalist and more feasible to us.
Okay. We're not outright capitalists, but
We don't mind a little love and attention.
and little subscription from you guys. Listen and subscribe to Awesome Pod Mix on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music and Good Pods. And you gotta follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Threads and Blue Sky. Everywhere it's at Awesome Pod Mix. If you like what I'm doing, you can support me on Patreon at patreon.com/Awesome Pod Mix. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much, Malvika, for being a guest on this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Abby. And I wish you all the best. And I urge every single person out there listening to this that, trust me, you're not going to get the kind of information about films and filmmaking that you do here. So if you want to run through this crazy wave of cinema, and if cinema has ever touched you, then this is the place for you. So do like and share and subscribe.
That is so sweet. I cannot believe it. And please, if there's any other film that you want to discuss on the podcast, you are more than welcome. And I hope I don't bore you the next time. Thank you so much.